of Narendra Modi this morning on a day when he will be sworn in as the country's 14th Prime Minister. A symbolic visit where he will be paying homage to the Mahatma. This is going to be a short event, a somber event before he is driven back to the Gujarat Bhavan where Narendra Modi has been staying for the last few days. Several other leaders visible as well. Meenakshi Lekhi is a member of parliament. Other members of parliament, also leaders like Prakash Javadekar and others have accompanied Narendra Modi to this particular ceremony. Tight security in and around Rajghat. It's an open area in north central Delhi where movements are usually not restricted, but at this point of time, heavy restrictions to and from this location as the Prime Minister-elect pays homage to the father of the nation. I want to bring in our National Affairs Editor Javed Ansari for more on this. Javed, it's usually a no-brainer, the choice of where to pay homage on a day of great importance like this one. Narendra Modi choosing to begin a day like this at Rajghat, Javed.
Well, absolutely, it was expected of him, and he's done just the right thing. He's sending all the right signals, pushing all the right buttons, whether it's inviting leaders of SAARC heads, whether it's visiting Rathore, and see how reverentially Narendra Modi bowed down and touched his forehead to the Samadhi. Then he had his hands folded and he walked around, did a parikrama of the place, almost as if he's in a temple. So Narendra Modi, giving out all the right signals, all the positive vibes on day one as he steps out into public view.
Well, it was obeisance. It was there was the body language of humility, the choice of Rajghat. Well, the event is over. He posed for some photographs right after that, with his hands folded in front of a small gathering of persons who were there, mostly BJP functionaries who had arrived to witness this first event of the day. Narendra Modi is still at the Rajghat. These are live pictures, we'd like to tell our viewers, from the Rajghat that we're getting. Narendra Modi with other leaders of the BJP will now depart from the Rajghat. This was supposed to be a very brief event where he has paid homage. He will be escorted by senior leaders. There's Aarti Behra. They will be sitting down now for a few minutes as a token of respect, obviously. And these are likely to be, perhaps, Javed, the final moments when Narendra Modi will, actually get to have a few moments, of peace and quiet before the actual action begins with the Modi Sarkar.
Well, absolutely, because right now he has time to himself. Henceforth, it will be very difficult for Narendra Modi to come and spend time like this. This is his first public visit to the place, no doubt. And in moments from now, he'll drive away to Gujarat Bhavan, and then the hurly-burly of politicking will begin. As he's been extremely busy these last couple of days, meeting with leaders from his party and his allies, everybody jostling, lobbying for ministerial berths. In about some time from now, the final list will be of the ministers to be sworn in will be sent to Rashtrapati Bhavan. Invites have been sent out informally, now formally. Now they will be issued formally to the ministers who are likely to be sworn in, and then that whole process will begin. He has a very busy schedule ahead of him. He's invited leaders of 8 SAARC countries. Soon after the swearing in, they'll go in for high tea. Thereafter, there's a dinner that the president is throwing, and after that, tomorrow morning begins his first day officially as Prime Minister of the Republic. The heads of SAARC states will start calling on him then as Prime Ministers. Once they're seen off, he gets down to the business of what he's been elected for.
Well, these are the images that we've been bringing to you live from the Rajghat. Narendra Modi first paid obeisance at the Samadhi of Mahatma Gandhi. He then sat with BJP leaders for just a couple of minutes of silence. And we do have confirmation now through these live pictures that the Prime Minister-elect has departed Rajghat and is on his way back to the Gujarat Bhavan. There isn't a specific agenda for the day. There is no specific agenda for Narendra Modi. The crucial meetings are all complete. there is a general sense, even if it's not official or public just yet, of what the Modi Sarkar will be comprised of and look like. And as you take in these pictures of Narendra Modi a couple of moments ago at the Rajghat paying obeisance to Mahatma Gandhi, remember that over the next few hours Narendra Modi will be at the Gujarat Bhavan in central Delhi. There will be visitors, restricted of course. He is the Prime Minister-elect now. There will be perhaps some senior leaders who will call on Narendra Modi. But these will be courtesy calls, largely, Javed. They will be courtesy calls, given that several of the crucial meetings where crucial decisions of cabinet formation have perhaps already been taken. In fact, very shortly from now, that list is expected to be sent to Rashtrapati Bhavan, Javed.
Well, absolutely. Most of the decisions have been taken, but he's absolutely clear in his mind. We are told on who is going to who will be sworn in along with him in the first list of ministers. We are told that number will be around 40. Thereafter, it could increase, but that remains to be seen. And what we are seeing now is Mr. Narendra Modi in a white kurta pajama and a white jacket. I'm sure this will change, or he's going to wear several of them in the course of the day. He's not known to change. He's not known to repeat his kurtas and his and his jackets. They've become very synonymous along with his personality, a part of his...
Yes. Well, over the last many days and weeks, there have been nearly non-stop speculation about what the Modi Sarkar will really look like, what the composition will be, who will get what portfolio. The lobbying, the jockeying for positions in the Modi Sarkar has been hectic. There's no denying that. On your screens right now, you can see Narendra Modi. You can also see persons like Dr. Harshvardhan, the Member of Parliament from Chandni Chowk, who is widely expected to be appointed the country's health minister. Now, whether that happens or not, whether that is purely in the realm of speculation since it fits a certain ideal, is not known. But remember, in just a few moments from now, there will be a more clear sense of what the Modi Sarkar will look like. These are pictures from just a short while ago at the Rajghat. I want to take you straight across to headlines today's Ankit Tyagi, who was at Rajghat at the time that this ceremony was taking place. Ankit, just take us through who all were there accompanying Narendra Modi and the ceremony itself. We could tell that people like Dr. Harshvardhan, Meenakshi Lekhi, Vijay Goel, Prakash Javadekar and some others were there. Aarti Mehra as well. Ankit.
Well, Shiv, it was a very short stay here at Rajghat. Narendra Modi was expected to reach here at 7:30. Although he reached at around 7:55, went inside and paid his tribute to the father of the nation. Also sat there for about a couple of minutes, and then he has just left. In fact, tight security arrangements.
Ankit, just stay with me for a moment. Ankit, just stay with me for a moment. Narendra Modi has just tweeted that he's on his way to Atal Bihari Vajpayee's residence to seek his blessings. So, Ankit, that will be the second time in the last few weeks that Narendra Modi will be heading to Mr. Vajpayee's house.
Absolutely, and very significant. After paying his tribute to Father of the Nation, now he's going to the residence of Atal Bihari Vajpayee, former Prime Minister of India, and of course one of the most senior faces of the Bharatiya Janata Party.
Yes.
Narendra Modi, after winning also when he came to Delhi, he had gone and spent some time at Mr. Vajpayee's residence. Again, he's going there today, a big day for the BJP. This will be the second time somebody from the BJP will be the Prime Minister today. So, of course, he's going there, a gesture from Narendra Modi. As far as his visit to Rajghat is concerned, all the 7 MPs from Delhi, all of them were present here. Also, spokesperson, as you also said, there were a few other senior leaders of the Delhi wing of the BJP. So the entire Delhi wing of the BJP had descended down here. Important day as far as everybody is concerned. Harshvardhan, Dr. Harshvardhan, who was the chief ministerial candidate in the last election in Delhi and now is an MP from Chandni Chowk. Of course, as you said, he is tipped to be the health minister. Remember, Narendra Modi has put his weight behind him. Even the Delhi elections also, we know that he thinks very favorable and positive of Dr. Harshvardhan, has in many occasions gone ahead and spoken very highly of his entire polio program. So it seems that he's in the good books, likely to be the health minister of the country. After going to Atal Bihari Vajpayee's residence,
yes,
it is expected that Narendra Modi will be going back to Gujarat Bhavan, where he has been staying so far, and at 5:30 he will be leaving for Rashtrapati Bhavan for the oath ceremony.
Ankit, any sense that you're getting from your sources about what meetings Narendra Modi is likely to have before he departs for Rashtrapati Bhavan, or are these going to be mostly courtesy calls?
Today it will be just courtesy calls, because BJP, what we have been told from the sources is that the Prime Minister in waiting, now the Prime Minister designate, in fact, has already finalized his cabinet. There will be certain senior leaders of the BJP. We are expecting that the current President Rajnath Singh, along with few senior leaders, are expected to go and meet Narendra Modi at Gujarat Bhavan before he leaves. But more or less, the day right now, today looks all set at 5:30. What we have been told, he's going to leave for Rashtrapati Bhavan, and of course, then there will be a late night because there is dinner for the SAARC leaders and the new Council of Ministers at Rashtrapati Bhavan. So that will be a late night. But yes, as of now, after reaching Atal Bihari Vajpayee residence, Narendra Modi, we have been told, is going back to Gujarat Bhavan.
Okay, Ankit, stay with me for a moment. I also want to bring in National Affairs Editor Javed Ansari. Javed, after the Mahatma, after paying obeisance at the Mahatma Samadhi in Delhi, as we speak, Narendra Modi is on his way to meet Atal Bihari Vajpayee. Now, we know about Mr. Vajpayee's condition at this time, but this is a symbolic visit, given that this is the second time that he will be calling on Mr. Vajpayee in just the last few days.
Yes, indeed it is, and this was always on the cards. Some believe that perhaps the first thing he will do after taking the oath is visit Atalji and seek his blessings. He's done that even before. He's decided to do it even before he proceeds to Rashtrapati Bhavan. That sends its own signal. Atal Bihari Vajpayee is considered the Bhishma Pitama of the BJP. He's one of the tallest figures in the pantheon of BJP leaders, and therefore it's again Mr. Narendra Modi very strong on symbolism, trying to send out just the right kind of message. Today will be the biggest day in Modi's life, but he hasn't forgotten his seniors. He sought the blessings, went and stood before the Mahatma Samadhi, and now he's going to the tallest BJP leader's residence to touch his feet and seek his blessings as he embarks upon perhaps the toughest job in his life.
Javed, this is a difficult question. I'm going to ask you to speculate, because you've covered politics for many years. You've been at the forefront of reporting during the NDA regime as well. What would and this is conjecture, but what would Vajpayee's emotions and sentiments really be right now? We do know that his medical and health condition means he isn't able to express himself very clearly. But what would be going through his mind if he were able to enunciate his emotions today? What do you think?
I'm sure Vajpayee ji will be very proud of the fact that the BJP has managed to form a government on its own, something which even under Mr. Vajpayee they were unable to do.
Yes.
BJP has never got past the 200 mark on its own. This, for the first time, they've got 282 seats. So therefore this is a big achievement for the BJP in general, for Mr. Narendra Modi in particular. Perhaps Mr. Vajpayee's mind might also go back to that day in 2002 when he came very close to proposing that Mr. Narendra Modi demit office as Chief Minister.
Yes.
But today all that will be forgotten. Today Vajpayee ji, while he may not be able to express this in words, at least in spirit, he will bless Narendra Modi and wish him the best for his task ahead.
And that's really what it's all about, isn't it? It's about spirit, very few words. Modi hasn't spoken a single word today. There have been no speeches, no public events except for this particular event that kicks off the morning. Likely to be the only event where viewers will get to see Narendra Modi today ahead of that swearing-in ceremony, which of course will be live across the media, certainly here on Headlines today. And in the run-up as well, we'll be getting you much more, not just about cabinet formation, which will become much more clear in an hour or two, but also the preparations that are on at Rashtrapati Bhavan, because as we've been reporting to you on this big story, they are virtually unprecedented. Aditi Ananthanarayan, my colleague, is with me live. She's in fact on her way to Atal Bihari Vajpayee's residence in the national capital. Aditi, a symbolic visit to the man considered to be the BJP's tallest leader, a statesman as well. And you're going to be on your way there in just a moment. Tell us more about what you're expecting to see.
Absolutely. In fact, this is a sudden change in plan of the PM-elect Narendra Modi. He was expected to come back to Gujarat Bhavan, but now suddenly he has decided to go and seek blessings from former Prime Minister Atal Bihari Vajpayee.
Yeah.
In fact, the whole meeting with Atal Bihari Vajpayee had been planned by Narendra Modi for almost a week now. He had been wanting to go and visit him before taking the oath as the Prime Minister of the country. In fact, we were expecting that probably in the evening or probably after the swearing-in ceremony, Narendra Modi will be going to seek blessings from Atal Bihari Vajpayee, but definitely Modi is a man of his own terms, and he has decided that he will be going and seeking blessings from the former Prime Minister before finally reaching here at Gujarat Bhavan. It is a symbolic gesture by Narendra Modi, Shiv, if we can term it that way,
yes,
because Narendra Modi has so far maintained that he is going to take the legacy of Atal Bihari Vajpayee forward. In fact, we had also reported at headlines today that he is also in touch with almost most of the bureaucrats who have worked with Atal Bihari Vajpayee's government, who have worked in Atal Bihari Vajpayee's cabinet, hinting that he wants to take Vajpayee's legacy forward. And Atal Bihari Vajpayee has been known to be the backbone of the Bharatiya Janata Party.
Yes.
So clearly a very symbolic gesture by Narendra Modi here. And as Javed also mentioned, that he is pushing all the right buttons at this point of time, going and paying homage at the Rajghat, and now going and seeking blessings from the former Prime Minister Atal Bihari Vajpayee before finally returning back to Gujarat Bhavan and preparing his day ahead before he's sworn in as the new Prime Minister of the country, Shiv.
Is he likely to meet LK Advani as well? Is he likely to call on him, you know, amidst all this speculation, Aditi, about not just what Mr. LK Advani will get in the Modi Sarkar, but whether he will get anything at all? Is Narendra Modi likely to call on Advani?
It looks a little doubtful, Shiv, at this point of time that Narendra Modi will be going to meet LK Advani, but yet again, it all depends on what Narendra Modi has on his mind. He is going to meet Atal Bihari Vajpayee. In fact, we got to know that around 8:30 is the time that after Narendra Modi comes back to Gujarat Bhavan, he also needs to send out the final list of the cabinet ministers to Rashtrapati Bhavan, and probably we're expecting that he will make a call to LK Advani to inform him about his future role within the Bharatiya Janata Party, or in case he gets a role in Narendra Modi's cabinet, which is highly unlikely. So at this point of time, it has not been confirmed whether Narendra Modi will be going to meet the party patriarch LK Advani, but it is confirmed that he will come back to Gujarat Bhavan, and only then the final list of cabinet ministers will be sent out, and the official calls will be made to all those ministers who have backed the portfolio in Modi's cabinet, Shiv.